Go ahead.
Look at that's fast.
I know.
Look at that.
I feel like I need to talk really fast. There's a timer at the top, and it's going really fast, and so we're just going to talk really fast to keep up with the timer.
Remember, we can't edit this because this is on YouTube.
Okay, we're better that way. So, hi, welcome back to the coffee bar.
It's been a minute.
It's been a hot minute. So, I'm Tammy Bardo.
Charlene Coffee.
And we're the coffee bar.
Actually, we are like coffee bar to go today.
We are.
We're in Tammy's car because
We're in the mini Yoder Toter.
Because our life is crazy.
Yeah.
Still crazy, but
Yeah.
we miss you guys, so.
Yeah, I feel like
Here we
you're
are.
having to lean a lot. I'll call you Eileen. So, anyways, we don't really even know what we're going to talk about today. We were chatting here, and it was getting like really, really good. So I'm like, oh, we need to push play.
And we always say we should have pushed play before we,
Yeah.
like when we're in our like pre-coffee bar chit chat.
Yeah.
So we just decided to stop talking and
Yeah.
record. So
Yeah, because we're really funny before we push play.
we're really funny always.
We are. So, a couple things we were talking about. We'll catch people up. I mean, I don't know if any of you heard or not, but we did have we are having, or I don't know, somebody said there's a pandemic. I said we weren't going to talk about it, but I feel like that's
That's the first thing you're talking
the
about.
elephant's in the room, so we're just going to acknowledge that it's here.
And before the pandemic, life was crazy for us. Just life happened.
Yeah.
So there was nothing like crazy that's happening.
Yeah.
But then through this pandemic, like, I feel like my life has become super stressful, and I don't want to say I haven't handled it well. It's just more and more stress is coming out, so life's even crazier.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah. So Charlene's like juggling multiple jobs and a family, and now she was homeschooling, and then her kids went to public school, and now
We don't know what we're doing.
one in school, one out of school? Is that what's going
One
on?
working, one in school at the Career Center,
Oh, yeah.
one at United.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he'll stick it out or not.
Yeah.
Because it's different and
It's
he's struggling.
it's
and
scary, and
so
it's
we're not
hard.
afraid to do it at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
He wanted to try it, so that's what we did.
There you go. So I have
You're back to having a full
I
house.
have 3 doing online through our school, and then Michael, who is a senior, is at school and is, he's
a senior.
He's doing his thing. He leaves at 1 every day on a work program, so it doesn't really affect him. So, anyways,
I actually have liked the world slowing down.
I've loved it. We're back at sports.
That's why
So
we're
that's
sitting in
why
the
I'm
car.
sitting in the car, because I'm waiting for. Wouldn't it be funny if that seat would have just been like,
Yes,
oh?
that would have been amazing.
So I wait in the car every
I had
day.
a car one time when I was in high school. It was a Ford Escort, 4-door, white, and the seat was broken. So if anybody rode with me, Jen, she had to put a pillow behind her so she would be sitting up. So
That's funny. So anyways, she lives right down the road from the school. I'm at the school anyway, so we're like, hey, let's do coffee bar, because we miss everybody, and we missed each other, and this is a great excuse to get together.
yes.
We're
a hot
not
mess
really
today, and-
socially distanced, but we are sisters in Christ, so we are related, so we don't have to have a mask on.
Right.
So, anyways, we're immune to
Anyways.
each other's cooties, anyways.
Yes,
Okay.
that's a given.
So,
Things we're talking about. You built a lake.
it's a pond. It's a pond. It's a swimming hole.
Wet spot when, like, you bought a farm and there was a wet spot, right?
Yeah.
caused some-
And I kept asking my husband to make it like a swimming place for the kids. And he was like, there's no way. And I was like, oh, please. And so then we wanted to build a garage, and we needed fill dirt. And ironically, right behind where we were going to build the garage was this wet spot. So we needed the dirt to move up, and now I'm getting a garage and I have a pond. So Charlene was saying how cool it was, because like literally, like I pray for these
Like,
things.
yes, you're like very intentional prayer. Like,
Yeah.
when you want something, you definitely talk
Yeah.
to God about it.
Sometimes if I need a new pair of socks or a pack of socks, I'll be like, hey God, I need a pack of socks, and it's just crazy. Like,
it's just weird how things
Yeah.
come about. Like, so praying for a pond, and then this all works out that they now dig a pond, and it filled up.
in the middle of a drought, like drought-ish. I mean, Paul Wetzel's going to watch this and be like, Tammy, we're not having a
Right.
drought.
But
was
it filled
dry.
up like what, in a week?
Yeah, well, as soon as they pulled the excavating equipment, like they were finishing the one end, the guy that was helping my husband like turned around and it was filling up with water.
And he was like,
He's like, okay, let's get this out of here. So they get the track hoe out of there, and yeah, within a week it was half full. And then on Sunday, the heavens opened up.
and it's full.
And it was crazy.
I get a text from her. She's like, well, I guess we'll see how well the overflow works.
Yeah, it stopped because we were nervous about that. But it stopped like 6 inches before the overflow. Like the rain stopped and it settled. And so that was good. Anyways,
But it's just
yeah.
super cool how that if you pray for things and you pray intentionally, and then if you're willing to do the work,
Yeah.
like God says.
And I told her, I'm like, one of my favorite verses is, I think it's in Ephesians, where he says, God is able to do immeasurably more than what I can ask or imagine. So, like, don't limit yourself in your prayers. Like, don't limit God, I guess is what I should say. Because he loves us, and, like, you want, like, great things for your kids. I just feel like he does. He wants great things for us, and he's
And that relationship, like he wants a relationship with us. And so, like, if you just like, hey, what's up to your husband when you passed him in the hallway,
Yeah.
compared to like conversation. So have detailed, intimate conversations.
And of course, you're not going to give your kids something that's not good for them.
Right.
Like, they ask for a machete and they have anger issues. You're probably not going to buy them a machete.
That's not the best thing for them, right?
So, anyways, that was just, that's what we were talking about. It was just cool, and I am so thankful for that, because already my children have swam more this week than they have in their whole entire lives.
And that's cool.
Because we're hermits and don't go anywhere. Anyways, so, what now?
What else are we talking about?
Bloom where you're planted.
Yes. So this keeps coming up in my life. Like, a friend of mine started it on Facebook, and I don't remember what he said, but something along the lines that he decided, like, he remembers being told, bloom where you're planted, so make the best of the situation that you're in. I keep seeing that so much that yesterday I was at the grocery store and there was a little plaque that said, bloom where you're planted.
Aww.
And like I said, I've been struggling a little bit through the last few months, and how I'm handling the stress of this, and how I might be a little grumbly sometimes. And it's like, maybe, Charlene, you should shut up and just bloom where you're planted. And what can you do where you're at instead of just complaining?
So what are you going to do about that?
I don't know yet. But this is the first weekend. I've said this 3 or 4 times. This past weekend is the first time I feel kind of normal again. Like, I could tell I was in a funk, but like couldn't get myself out of it. Like, I could, count my blessings and think of all the things I'm grateful for, but I still couldn't get out of it. And I'm a pretty laid back, easy breezy person, so that really bothered me. And this weekend's the first weekend that I feel
like maybe you just like gave over control and was able to have some peace.
Maybe.
Huh, that's cool.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah. I don't know, bloom where you're planted. I like that.
I figured you would, because you're a gardener.
I like it.
How is your garden?
Yeah. What's the next thing we're going to talk about? It's good. I mean,
It's a lot.
I grew ragweed like nobody's business.
I bet there's some people that don't appreciate that. Because there's a lot of people that are allergic to ragweed.
You know what? Yeah. So, actually, so the tomatoes, we had a bad year for tomatoes.
I just did a test garden. Like, I was just testing my soil. Like, I planted things, and then...
Yeah. And we'll see.
Next year, though.
I'll mean it next year.
My zucchini did horrible.
Oh. My zucchini did great.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to come up.
Yeah. well, I'll just plant 100 in your garden and see how they work out.
She ordered plants and thought she ordered pumpkins, which she did.
Jade pumpkins. They're probably gourds. When you horticulture people, they're probably gourds. There's these cute little green looking pumpkins.
So she planted the seeds.
And they were growing great. And if you've ever grown pumpkins or zucchini, you know the leaves kind of look the same. And I wasn't really like paying attention until the seed company called me and said, Mrs. Bardo, there's been a problem with your order. The company that packaged your seeds put jade zucchini in your jade pumpkin packets.
Surprise!
I planted over 100 zucchini apparently.
And if you've ever planted zucchini,
they're prolific.
yeah, they're a good hardy plant there.
Yeah. So my chickens, I was gonna market them that way, like zucchini raised chickens. I mean, I feel like I could pull that off, and it'd be a new like thing.
I feel like you could sell anything to anyone. So yes.
If you're interested in any zucchini,
I mean, it's kind of like above organic.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
So are they growing, like producing?
Oh, yeah. Like I would take probably 20 to the chicken coop every single day. Chickens loved it.
Yeah.
Helped with feed cost. It was wonderful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. But now they're covered in ragweed, so because it rained.
Yes.
So, anyways, that's my
notes?
story. Well,
The second note that you had.
oh, we're doing that one the next time. That was it.
Oh yeah, but we can talk about it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So Tammy put something out on one of her stories, maybe every story on her social media, that said,
What's something that you assume about me? I think that's what I said.
I think so.
Yeah. What is something that you would assume about me?
So I private messaged her and I said, oh, this is going to be good.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, what do you mean? What do you think? And I'm like, I can't answer that question because I know you too well.
Right.
So
right.
I wouldn't assume things.
Well, the gist of it was that some people didn't use like good language. I'm a bad I'm tough. That's what they said. My daughter said people would assume that I'm a mean mom. I feel like that's factual.
Yeah,
that's true. I mean, that's accurate. I was called Hitler Mom by a lady at church. Oh, ignore. The school's calling.